getting their chemistry right first thing in the morning. Because the big idea with what we're going to do with this program is get people ready for you guys. We want to get these students prepped and ready for you guys, because you have awesome things planned for them during the day. We want to get their chemistry up. We want to get their neurology stimulated so their brains are ready to learn. We want to get their thought life cleared and ready and focused. Essential elements. So in fuel, what are we going to teach them? We're going to teach them about water. We're going to get these kids drinking water. Water, 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 water. These sport drinks, these juices and sodas, it's probably not a big problem here, but it's a huge problem nationwide, okay? We just got to get these kids drinking water. So what we do is we teach them about, what happens when people start doing the right thing, but they do it the wrong way. They start using these things, which is plastic water bottles, okay? And then we end up with this massive issue with water bottles, which is a problem for me because I'm a surfer. So that's me in Costa Rica. I teach the kids, and the kids think it's cool that I'm a surfer, so I show them. But this is what happens. All those water bottles end up in the ocean. Okay, you see those yellow dots? That's the Great Northern Pacific garbage patch. Right? That's twice the size of Texas on its way to 3 times the size of Texas. That's 3 feet deep, and it looks like that. Plastics aggregating, and there's 5 of those in the Pacific alone. Can you imagine the impact that that has on the environment? So week 1, do this. Get yourself a cool water bottle, reusable water bottle. So what we want to do is we want to see the kids on campus, everybody having a cool water bottle. Just to get that sort of culture going and getting everybody talking about bonfire, we should see everybody carrying around their water bottles that week. And I teach them, you want to be doing about 50% of your body weight in fluid ounces, and the other 50% is going to come from your foods. So we're going to be eating real foods and live foods and things like that. So week 2, know this, rule of thirds. I'm going to get them looking at their plates and saying, where's the fat, where's the plants, where's the protein? And this is what their plate should look like. It should be 2/3 of the plate should be plants, right? So vegetables and some fruit, some nice piece of protein here, and then fat in the center. Where are the plants, where's the fat, where's the protein? Every time you eat, ask that very simple question. Just creating that consciousness. And of course, the smoothie bar is going to be an easy way to get that in the morning, or actually it's going to be open all day. Okay? So week 1, we'll be rolling out the smoothie bar. Week 3, know this, Inflammation Nation. We're going to teach them about that omega-6, omega-3 ratio. So I'm going to get academic with them on Saturday. I'm going to teach them about the choices that they're making and how they should be conscious of how their choices, their food choices, their food, how it impacts and changes their physiology. Because this is what it results in: obesity, heart disease, brain health, joint problems, skin issues, diabetes, cancer, pediatric development. Week 3, reduce your omega-6 fatty acid intake, and I'll teach them where those come from. Increase your omega-3 fatty acid intake, and I'll teach them where to get those. So what should their diet style look like? It's the original human diet style. This is what everybody ate. This is what everybody ate for 60,000 years, okay? Because this is all that was available. Unlimited vegetables, plenty of lean cuts of natural meats, fish and eggs, some fruit, nuts and seeds, and no refined carbohydrates and sugar. Do we expect these kids to be purists and never have any refined carbohydrates and sugar? Of course not. But I want them to have the consciousness of, hey, if you want to create better health, this is the recipe. So, the air category. You might recognize this gal right here. This is Kendra Cecilia. Kendra, you want to stand up? Stand up, Kendra. Everybody welcome Kendra. So, are you guys familiar with CrossFit? You guys know anything about CrossFit? Functional training, right? CrossFit is this fitness science that has just swept the world. Okay, there's like 3,000 CrossFit boxes, they're called, gyms that open up to teach people functional training, functional movement, really moving like a human, right? The big idea is it's constantly very high intensity exercise. That's called functional training. So you're training movements, not muscles. Like instead of going in and doing leg curls and leg extensions and leg curls, we're doing squats. We're training movements, right? And it's been shown to have extraordinary outcomes as far as building extreme fitness, right? So we're going to introduce the kids into this incredibly effective, exciting, and fun way to train. Kendra is a competitive athlete. She's one of our bonfire athletes. We have 4 of them. We're bringing Dr. Ryan Hewitt on board. Alicia Gomes is going to be here. Kendra's going to be here. Brett's going to be here. Alicia Gomes is going to be here. She was 8th in the country. 8th in the world after the Open. There's 250,000 athletes competing for that, and she was 8th in the country. So she's going to be here in the mornings teaching the kids functional training and working with them. So week 1, know this. Movement is a nutrient. Energy balance and social. So movement is a nutrient. We talked about it. Your body expects it. Your cells require it. You've got to get moving every day. And I don't think it's a problem in this culture. I think you guys are nailing that. But what I want to do is help people understand that it's something that moves them towards health, not just fitness. Energy balance. We talked about that already. We're hunters and gatherers. You used to have to move to eat. These kids have to understand that there's an exchange of energy. You got to move if you're going to be eating. I tell people you only have to exercise in the days that you eat. Okay? And social, buddy system. We're going to encourage that people start adopting this, faculty, staff especially. Get a buddy. Get a movement buddy. It's easy for the kids because you say, hey, yeah, you got practice every day, boom, 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 you got a coach to answer to. We all need coaches. I'd love to be your coach. Kendra be your coach. Alexis be your coach. I'll put the ninja on you up there. That's Brandon Arakaki. He's from Bonfire. You'll see him on campus. This guy's unbelievable. You get with that guy. Spend time with that guy. He'll get you moving. We all need a buddy. So pick a partner and team up for this event. But you know what? Make it in your mind that it's more than a three-week experience. It's just the beginning of it. This is a starting off point. Because we've turned into humans in captivity. You see this right here? This unfortunately is a Photoshop picture of a giraffe where this is not, okay? This is what happens when human beings get basically chained to their chairs in front of their computers all day long. We've stopped moving and we've started overeating. We've got to break this because you know what? Essentially, it's not just about being overweight, it's being extraordinarily healthy. And this is heart disease, it is diabetes, it is cancer. That is what all the research is saying, so we need to address it as such. So week 1 in air, add movement everywhere, every day. We're going to be adding CrossFit the second week. So for the second and third week, we're going to have CrossFit in the mornings. We're going to have 0 hour. This comes from John Rady's work. John Rady, fantastic author. This book, Spark. If you're a teacher and you don't have this book, I've tried to bring one here tonight, but you can see this is mine. It's all tied. You can't have it. All right? So this is a fantastic book, and we'll get you a copy of it for the library. Spark. The big idea in Spark is that you absolutely have to move the body and move the brain, or if you move the body, get the brain prepared to learn. Okay, so we're going to get people moving every day, everywhere. So we'll add CrossFit every morning for the last 2 weeks, so the second week, weeks 2 and 3. Monday through Friday, that's the schedule, right? So BDNF, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Why move the body before getting into class? What Brady was teaching in his work is that there's a protein that's produced when the body moves called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. All right? And what this protein does is it stimulates the growth of connections in your brain. All right? It's called synaptogenesis, the synapses that form between brain cells when people are learning something new. See, what the research is showing is that all learning is tied to movement. You see, our ancestors used to have to move to eat, right? So they used to have to go find food. They had to remember where the food was, so they were learning while they were moving. So our brains are hardwired in such a way that we have to move first. What do we do with our students or with our kids? We tell them what? Get out of bed, get over here, sit down, be quiet, and listen, and start learning, right? Their brains are not ready to listen. Their brains are not ready to learn yet. We've got to get them up, make sure they get the nutrition that they need, get their body chemistry right, move them, and stimulate their brains. Get brain-derived neurotrophic factor coursing through their bodies so their brains are focused and ready to learn. They're charged. They're little batteries. We want to charge those brains. So we're going to try to get them moving first thing in the morning. Week 2, posture and stress hormones. Does this look like you guys? I mean, haven't we all turned into this person? You know, the average American now spends 10 hours a day, 7